Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make quite possibly the easiest thing you will ever make from your garden ever again, and it involves chives. And before you go, wait a minute, chives are incredibly weedy. They are weedy, but this is a delicious way to handle their weediness. I'm going to show you how to make chive blossom vinegar. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, for me, we eat a lot of salad, especially in the springtime, and I want to taste those greens. I want to taste the arugula, the homegrown lettuces, the spinaches. And if I'm buying store-bought salad dressing, it's masking all those wonderful flavors. I think a salad should be underdressed and not overdressed. Adding a little bit of chive blossom vinegar is a way to elevate your salad a little bit and make it a little extra special. And it's super easy to do. The finished product is so pretty. The color is, well, you'll see. But first off, all we're gonna do is take the basket from your salad spinner and start picking off the blossoms. And it's a great way to control the seeding too, because I have little tufts of chives around my beds. Every year if I miss a few blossoms, and they self-sow really easily, so just bear that in mind if you do chives. They do like to spread. Okay, I think we have plenty. Now, if you get a little bit of stem on it, that's totally fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. Let's go inside and make our chive blossom vinegar. Now I'm gonna soak these in some cool water to get any critters out of there, anything that might be floating around. And what I don't wanna do is use the sprayer because I don't wanna break apart these blossoms. And if a few fall apart, that's totally fine. It's still going to add some great flavor, but it just makes it prettier. After they've soaked for 10-15 minutes or so, you can lift the strainer out. These salad spinners are a wonderful invention. The key is to make sure that you get as much moisture out of it as possible, because if you have too much moisture left in the blossoms, it'll dilute your vinegar, and we don't want that. All right, let's give it a spin. Oh, we've got a little garden spider clinging to the side, so let me go put him back in the garden. You might have to give this a couple soaks, a few rinses, which is what I'm finding. I've found a few more critters in here, so I'm gonna give it a second rinse, let it soak for another 10-15 minutes or so, and then repeat the process again. If you don't have a salad spinner, no big deal. You could also just rinse them in a colander and then drop them onto a paper towel and let them air dry. That's better, no critters. All right, let's give it a second spin and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, looks good. Look at that beautiful lavender color. That color is gonna transfer to the vinegar, and it's gonna be the most beautiful pink color and absolutely delicious. Now that I've got my chive blossoms spun, it's time to start adding them to your mason jar. So I like to just pack them in, not too tight, just drop them in there. The ratio for chive blossoms to vinegar is a 1-to-1 ratio, so I tend to not really measure things. I just pack them in there and just make sure that when I'm adding the vinegar, it covers the entire, all of the blossoms. So everything is submerged in the jar. So for this, I'm just using a mason jar and a lid, and that's all you need. And when it comes to choosing your vinegar, you could use a regular white vinegar. I prefer either champagne vinegar. I don't have that on hand. It is a little more expensive too. Or you could use white wine vinegar. It's a little more delicate. Champagne vinegar seems to me even more delicate, but white wine vinegar is a nice choice too. For this, I'm gonna be using the white wine vinegar. So you just start by packing them in. You don't have to cram them in there, just load them in there until the jar is full. And what's nice about this is not only is it a nice way to add a little light onion flavor to your salad dressings and marinades, but they're also great gifts. I mean, handing someone a beautiful little bottle of chive vinegar, chive blossom vinegar, what a nice hostess gift. And now I'm just gonna top off my chive blossoms with my white wine vinegar. I ran low on my white wine vinegar, so I just topped it off with a little bit of standard white vinegar. And you wanna save this bottle because once this has sat for a few weeks, you're gonna wanna strain it and transfer it to this bottle, and it's beautiful. But all we're gonna do now is just cap it, put a lid on it. I'm just gonna store this on the counter for a couple weeks, and over time, the vinegar will turn this beautiful pink color, And then I'm going to strain it. I'm just going to run it through a sieve and get all of the flowers out of it and pour it back into this bottle. And that's as easy as it gets. So this will turn into the most beautiful pink vinegar you've ever seen, and it'll have a very delicate onion flavor to it. And you can use it in your salads, for marinades, however you want to use it. So it's just a great way to use up those chive blossoms and prevent them from spreading in your garden, and just make something beautiful and flavorful. All right, and while I have you, if you're interested, I'd like to show you what's happening in the garden right now. We've had such a cold spring, which means I'm a little behind in my planting. You can see all of my piles of things that still need to get into the ground. Eventually we'll get there, but I want to show you some of the things that are happening and that are in flower right now. And it's still also very beautiful despite the cold. And here's the patio. Believe it or not, I've made quite a dent. I've got all of my dahlias that still need to go in. Those are ones I've grown from seed, and perennials here, and all of my succulents that I took cuttings from plants from last fall need to go into containers. But look at, okay, so this is Bath's Pink Dianthus. It's on its way out, but if you're looking for a sweet little ground cover, great clove fragrance and kind of a blue-green foliage, matte forming ground cover. It's a really nice option. And look at my Stand By Me clematis that just started opening. This is a bush forming variety from Proven Winners. That is just so reliable. Been in the ground for a few years now. And don't mind all of my lawn bags here, but look at, let me move this. Look at this Ito peony. This is Cora Louise. Isn't she gorgeous? Covered in buds, you guys. She was so worth the wait too, because I bought this from Costco several years ago, and it literally took a good 3 years for it to show any flowers, and then I was getting frustrated. But peonies take a long time to get situated, and then once they do, you get all of these gorgeous buds on there. Look at that flower. It's stunning, and so many more waiting to open. All right, let's head around this way. All right, let's head around this way. Vegetable garden's looking great. Got the backside of the patio planted, and I'm really sad about the pussy willow trees here. Those are coming out. They are just loaded with problems. They've got borers, they had aphids. They're just a mess. So those will be coming out this year. And look at this little beautiful summer snowflake viburnum. And then we'll head into the side yard really quick. Some things I've not been able to get to, so it's looking kind of weedy. I have plenty of weeding to do, but look at that splotch of red down here. And then this is the only bearded iris that I grow. This is a variety called Wench. I don't know why it has that name. Not a fitting name for such a beautiful iris. Look at the falls on that. Absolutely stunning. And then my Japanese maples are looking beautiful. I'm a little concerned about the top on this one. This is a variety called Viridi. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's not looking too happy on the top, but the rest of it's looking really good. And then my Tamukiyama Japanese maple is just a big red gorgeous blob. And then further down, I've got a couple things going on here. These are still very small. This is Lottie's Love Rugosa roses from First Edition's Shrubs and Trees. And there's just tons of flowers on it. So fragrant and still quite small yet. It's going to be about 3 to 4 feet tall, I believe. But look at that flower. Oh my gosh, I wish I had smell-o-vision for this, you guys. And then this is Scarlet O'Hara. This is, my mom and I went to a garden show many, many years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And we each got a small peony at the show. And this is what it looks like. Isn't she stunning? Beautiful, beautiful plant. Lots to do yet in the side yard garden, but I want to take you around to the front and show you something that I've been so hopeful for. So this beautiful little patch of pink under here is Geranium macrorrhizum, or big root geranium. Super easy, great to grow in shade, sun. I don't know of a place where this doesn't grow well, but I love it with the combination of the blue host in here. One of my favorite combos. Don't ask me the variety of that one. That was a division given to me from a neighbor. And I do have other blue hostas in here, and the geranium is just kind of swallowing them up. So I have to kind of clear some space for them in here. But what I want to show you is my arbor. So this is James Galway climbing roses. These are David Austin roses. And I have Rigucci clematis growing in here as well. I've had so many issues with these roses. So I had canker, and then I've had thrips for a number of years. But you guys, I think this is going to be the first year I am might be thripless. Is that a word? Thripless? But look at this. I am so excited. They're opening and they are absolute perfection. So we'll see. The way I did it was I went in, and it was very difficult to do last year. I went in and removed every single bud from these climbing roses, simply because I knew the thrips were in there. I could already see the damage on them. So I wanted to get rid of them before they had a chance to open and fall to the ground and repeat the cycle. So I think it worked, you guys. I hope I'm not being premature about this, but these are the prettiest they've ever looked. So I'll update you later and show you what they look like when they're fully opened. And then back to the front of the house. This little area in here is one of my favorite areas. These are Everest alliums, and then my variegated iris in here in the dry stream bed. It's one of my favorite spaces. It's a really easy, low maintenance space, and a lot of interesting things. Oh, I just noticed, oh, look at those alliums. So beautiful. And I just noticed my Gertrude Jekyll is opening up too. Oh, she's looking good. A lot of rose softfly damage on this. No big deal, it's cosmetic. I just go in and squish, and I know that sounds gross, but it solves the problem. So this is going to sit on my countertop for the next couple weeks and get nice and pink and beautiful and flavorful. I can't wait to pop this on my salad or use it as a marinade. And I'd love to know if you make it and how you use it. And I am going to continue to be blown away by my garden. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I really appreciate you popping by, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.